Welcome to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, MiMi the Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment, and let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to Pisces Tarot, everybody. My name is MiMi the Lightseer, and over here at Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And we're going to get into this business. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope that you slept well or either had a really good shift last night, wherever you're coming in from. Today, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. As you know, I've been all around the world, and welcome. Thank you, Noya. When I tell y'all, I had the best vacation. Well, was it the best vacation? Probably not the best, but good morning. But it was, in fact, a great opportunity to take a step back and to, just reflect and like check yourself. Because when you go abroad and you travel abroad and you see different people from other countries and what makes other people happy, you really realize a lot of the negative things that people say about Americans are usually true. But one thing I will say is that it gives you a time to level set and to really be able to put yourself in a position of being grateful and thankful, which is what I always look for in an experience when you go abroad, especially when you don't speak the language and, they don't speak your language, and so that's something that I always look forward to doing, just being able to experience it. And so in that checking of yourself, I was checking myself, and I was just like spending time with God and just talking, and like, as weird as it is, like I started shedding tears of joy as well on the beach. Tears of sadness, tears of joy, tears of frustration, just being at one, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this reading, because I feel as though some of this does have something to do with what I was even thinking about this morning, right? Like I woke up at 12:45. Like I didn't have a really good feeling this morning. I woke up and I just started going into prayer, right? So, and I think that's what this is really like about, right? Just being in prayer, level setting, and going ahead and putting yourself in a position of where you can humble yourself, right? Humble yourself, and how you deal with the people, because our energy is off. Okay, our energy is off. So let's get started with this reading. All right. Tender embrace. Okay, a tender embrace. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, everybody. A tender embrace. So what's interesting about this particular card for a high level energy reading, it looks like we have two baby elephants, and baby elephants are kind of like funny. They're funny. They're very, very interesting because they like to, I don't know if you guys ever had the opportunity to watch animals, but if you ever watch animals, ooh, where I was staying on my resort, y'all, it was so much wildlife. I have never stayed at a resort where it was so much wildlife. It was alligators, it was monkeys. They had like Mexican raccoons. That's the name of it, a Mexican raccoon. They had, I'm sure they had snakes. It was a lot of birds, a lot of geese. A bee landed on me. I don't even be telling y'all how bees land on me. A bee landed on me. And I also saw a butterfly ran into me too, which was funny. Like slapped me. It's like a butterfly. But if you ever watch animals, animals are, especially young animals, are very much so like children, and they like to play games. They're toy. They always toy with each other, especially elephants, especially when it's multiple young elephants. I'm not sure if they call them calves. I don't remember. That was like 20 years ago. But the point that I'm making is the joyfulness of elephants coming together and playing with each other. Okay. And on here, you see different paint, and you see like a, let me hold this up so y'all can see it. So you see here, there's a feather. You see here, there's something like a butterfly, but just look at it. Okay. And this card calls for a tender embrace. So maybe it's time that you get playful. Maybe it's time that you hug somebody, that you love on somebody that you have been needing to hold on to, or just to make up with, or just to have a good time. But to just, if you can close your eyes and feel with your imagination, but just feel what it feels like to have a really good embrace. You know how that feels like really warm on the inside? It definitely does something to you. Okay. So good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Welcome to Pisces Tarot. My name is Mimi, and we're about to get into this business. We are live across YouTube and TikTok this morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So some truth that you need to hear right now for your journey. Well, a dog. Some truth that you need to hear this morning for your journey is, as my alarm clock is about to go off. In a minute now. Caught it. All right. Purpose. I know what I am here to do. I know what I am here to do. Y'all, if we about to get in my business this morning, I promise y'all this chair gonna be spinning around. Because when I told y'all I was sitting on the beach and I was having tears of joy, right? And sadness. Remember I said that. One of the things that I was thinking about while I was sitting there admiring, right? Admiring the palm trees, admiring, the beach, just admiring. One of the things that I was thinking about was like, what is my purpose? What is the purpose for this, right? And the reason why I bring this up, because for those of you who may or may not know, I am unmarried. I've never been married, but I have a son. And so I met some people who ironically were from I met people from all over the place, okay? But these individuals were from Canada. And so the guy says to me, he says, "Oh, where's your husband?" And he's like looking around. And I'm like, mother sucker. So, to avoid being embarrassed. Oh, he's lost. He's lost. Don't know where he is, but hey. But the point is, you can't help but to notice, okay, that on this resort, there's nothing but couples. There's families because this is a child-friendly resort. Seniors, just a variety of people, right? Everybody here that's at this particular location is coupled to some degree or another. And here I am traveling with my son. And this person who didn't mean any harm, you know, oh, where's your husband? And I was just like, okay, so like, what is the purpose for all of this, right? Because a lot of you may be in situations where you may be dealing with somebody or dating someone, looking to be married, you know, and sometimes you go through life wondering, like, what purpose does it have for you to remain single all this time? And like, how do you proceed to move forward? And not just that, but just overall purpose, right? And having humility. But I promise you, this morning in my prayer time, you know, there's a reason for all of this. Okay, there's a reason. And I'm using that as one example of purpose. But for you right now, your purpose may be time to work on yourself. Your purpose may be time to focus on your needs. It may be time for you to, yes, Mira, yes. I did. I'm roasted. Do y'all not see that I'm like a little chunk? I'm tanned. But wait till y'all see. Like when I tell y'all, oh, and let me tell y'all, I just learned that I have a sun allergy. I had no idea. I couldn't figure out why every time I was out in the sun for a period of time, like this has happened twice now, where I've been out in the sun and like I get itchy. And I'm like, what is going on? Well, apparently I have a sun allergy. So when I went, even though I had on sunscreen, you know, I had on the allergy. So, I mean, I had on the allergy. I still was itchy and stuff. So, yeah, that's why. But everything has a purpose, okay? Everything has a purpose. And just know that as we go into this holiday season, you know, counteractive the negative thoughts for people who may be alone. You know, the holidays are not fun. They're not pleasurable for single people, okay? And if you have a friend who is single, make sure that you are definitely mindful of them. Make sure that you invite them over, you know, like don't just alienate the single people, okay? Singles and elderlies, you know, the older people, please do not alienate the people, okay? So those hugs, those embraces, they go a long way when you're dealing with people, all right? Now, our soul whisper for today is listen. Now, how ironic is this? Y'all see that seashell? Y'all, if we about to get into my business, I'm gonna be screaming. Because this morning in my Bible study and in my prayer time before I came live, I was talking about listening to God in my mind, you know, just waking up, my prayer, my meditation. And on the beach, you know, I was like listening for feedback. Of course, I got hold music waiting to talk to God, but regardless, it's going somewhere. So let's see, what does the book have to say about that? Because, you know, this is a new deck for me. Listen. The word listen contains the same letters as the word silent. Alfred Brendel. Many people claim to be good listeners, yet fail to possess the innate ability to really listen. People often take an active role in listening to one another, adding comments, remarks, opinions, and expressions to react to what they're hearing. True listening goes beyond that which can be heard with your ears. Listen for subtle nuances. Consider the pauses, the thoughtful stares, the wistful glazes. Listen to your heart. Hear the words and allow them to evoke within you a response that gives a rise to empathy and compassion. Allow others to feel what they are really. Allow others to feel as though they're really being heard. Suppress any urgencies you have to comment or to pass judgment. Allow the story to forthcome unsolicited by the lens of which you see the world. The more you listen, the more you will learn. So we're being encouraged to be attentive, to be aware, to be open, and to be willing. And I'm going to tell you why this has something to do with my vacation. Because when I went, you know, I always stay at really nice resorts. This one was a native type of resort. So it wasn't like a luxurious resort. It served my purpose for what I was looking for. But you have to have the opportunity to evaluate the world from a different perspective. And if you recall at the beginning of this reading, I said you get the opportunity to see how others are living, and it gives you a different perspective. And you see why people think so negatively of Americans. I hate to say that, but you do, right? And so this gives you the opportunity to listen. And so putting the three things today together so far, I feel as though there may be a conversation that may be had where it's going to be purposeful. And I feel like it's going to be impactful to where there may be a embrace of some sort. Okay, there may be an embrace of some sort. Let's go ahead and start pulling these cosmic insights. Communicate. Did I not just say that? Communicate. Compromise, forgive, work it out. Okay, there's going to be a conversation had. It's going to require a compromise. It's going to require forgiveness. It's going to require some type of detail, some type of working out of some sort. Okay. And I promise you, when you get the chance to be quiet and to get still, you start to really realize what's really important. And I gave a lot of thought to a lot of different things, just reflecting over the past year. I'm ready for 2025, but I tell you, if it's anything like 2024, they can keep it. I'll stay here. You remember how when he was growing up in school, he used to write the date? It would take you to like March to stop writing the previous year. I'm going to keep writing 2024. I'll relive 2024. Because I'm telling you, this year has been not so kind. All right, here we go. The news is... Good morning, everybody. I even came to the conclusion, y'all, that as much as I hate this, I believe that I'm done dating. It's not a confession or an admission that I like to give, but I think at this point in time, I'm really done with it. This ain't about me, but these are some of the revelations that I had. All right. Penny pension, financial struggle, saving up and budgeting. This was definitely one of the things that I was thinking about while I was gone. I was like, yo, I spend way too much money just in general. Way too much. All right. So somebody's having a financial constraint. If you've been following the channel, you know, for quite some time, I've been encouraging everybody to start making sure that you're being a little bit more frugal over the money that you have with the upcoming changes. I'm still standing on that. Save, 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 save. Cut back as much as you can. Cut back. Be nimble as much as you can be nimble. But I strongly recommend that. All right. The T is... Okay, we got a spiritual hater. Somebody is hating on your spirituality, light, magic, and power. Okay, somebody doesn't understand you. They don't understand you. They may not understand why you're so adamant about doing the things that you're doing. How do you still be so happy and joyful and okay. Without bringing politics into it, just go with me. You know how Kamala always looks so happy and joyful and bursts out into laughter? Well, somebody who doesn't understand that could take that like, why are you so happy all the time? You know? And that's the example of what I mean by a spiritual hater. Okay. So somebody is not understanding how you're persevering through whatever situation and circumstances that you are, and you're seemingly acting as if you're unbothered, okay? And it's really not about you being bothered. It's realizing that I've released it. I've surrendered it. I've given it to God. It's no longer in my control. I can't do anything to change this situation or this circumstance. Let me tell y'all something. Now, this is a tangent. I cannot stand when people say, well, if you wanted to do something, yeah, Bishop says, ooh, I had an ex-coworker who hated my light despite me going through it. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying, right? So here's the thing. When people say, oh, people always make these assertions, these blank statement assertions, right? And they always make these statements saying, it's like some type of wild accusation, right? And the thing is, it's like, don't you think if anybody has the choice to change their situation, they absolutely could change their situation? Okay, so for example, if it was to make more money, everybody wants to make more money, right? If all of us could be millionaires, don't you think we would choose to be a millionaire? Especially if I'm living in poverty. Don't you think it would be that simple? I would just, make that decision, But at the end of the day, the reality is most of us don't have it that way, right? We're doing the absolute best that we can. And so in that, I feel as though somebody is not understanding why you're so happy, why you're so persistent. Why are you just going ahead and living your life as if nothing is bothering you? And it's because you prayed about it and you released it. Prayed about it and released it. Okay? Exactly, Bishop. Exactly. So that's where I'm getting. And look, hater came up. Y'all can't see it, but hater is here. Yeah. Somebody is definitely, and then check yourself, which is what I was talking about before too. They're not understanding. Ooh, about to go the wrong way. They're not understanding. Why are you so happy? Why are you still basically doing you? And you're doing you because it makes what else are you going to do? Do you. Be happy. Be joyful. All right. Fight for what you love. Claiming what is yours. Love is a battlefield. Okay. So the same person who's been dealing with the financial hardships are making a decision to come forward and to fight for what they love. They're coming forward. So there will be a communication. Maybe this person may have been watching you on social media, trying to figure out why you're so happy. Trying to figure out why you're unbothered. They could be also trying to figure out why you're not chasing them. Look, as I pick up the deck, twin flame at the bottom. Everything has purpose, everything has purpose. And I think a lot of times we just busy ourselves with the mundane task of life that we don't really realize just how much we're alienating the voice of God and how much we're not listening. We're not clear. We're off purpose. We're not doing the things that we could and should be doing. So many different things, right? I gotta set my son's alarm because now his alarm is going off at 4:45 in the morning. Okay, so possibly the person who's dealing with the spiritual attack that can expect this communication, they were sick and tired of being in the cycles. They're over it. A decision has been made. Okay. So what I'm possibly gathering is the reason why you're not hearing from this person's not hearing from this person is because they're sick and tired. They've been dealing with the same old over and over and over again. And perhaps they're coming into their position, their power, their personal strength, in knowing that it's time for this to be over. You know, it's time for the cycles to end. It's time to stop wasting your time, right? Time is precious, y'all. You cannot waste time on somebody who don't have their self together, that has no intentions on getting themselves together. Like, time is precious. The true emotion here I don't know why I lowered my seat, but I am so uncomfortable right now. We'll make it through. Blocked. Spam calls, texts. So this person who wants to now come forward with this communication may be blocked. Okay. And they may be reaching out to you from unknown numbers because they know that they cannot contact you directly. The influential energy behind all of this. Jupiter, action, expansion, growth, pursuing passions, adventure, new opportunities, and fortune. Okay, so Jupiter has a lot to do with this. This is about action and forward movement. And let me check, because I have a bump coming right here in my face. It hurts. It's like underneath my skin. It's awful. Okay, let me see. I can't tell you where what in the world is happening to the universe? Here we go. Astro Seek. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all where Jupiter is right now. Hello? Okay, let's see. Why is the internet moving so slow right now? This is taking way too much time. All I want to know is just where the planets are right now. I got my farmer's almanac, but it's not near me. Okay, maybe that'll come through. All right, so I was looking to see where Jupiter is specifically right now and how that will have an effect on you. But we'll skip that for now until that uploads. All right, now. Something that may be important to you in terms of a place. Okay, thank you, Bishop. Bishop said it's in retrograde. It's in Taurus until the 4th of February. Thank you. So, we know, thank you. We know, Lord help us all. Because y'all know that Taurus got slow energy. That means ain't nothing happening fast. But we'll leave it alone. We're gonna rock with it. All right, now let's see. Forest, dense canopy, nature sanctuary, forest floor. So perhaps you guys may be spending a whole lot of time outside in the woods. Okay, maybe you go for walks in the woods. Perhaps you may be an earth sign and you like to just be outside grounding, hiking, doing anything of that type of why can I speak? Doing any type of those activities may be important to you during this time. All right, so let's see. What I'm picking up so far is that this person here had a lot of financial issues going on. And as such, this person had a different philosophy about money and how to go about spending money. This person was a little bit more free, a little bit more fluent, flamboyant, whereas this person was not. This person definitely may be an earth sign. This person here. Constantly saving, constantly trying to do the right thing. And I feel like that may have put a wedge between person A and person B here. We all know that finances is like the number one reason why people break up, especially in a marriage. So I don't know if these people were married together or not, but they could have been dealing with each other. And it may have come to a head. Okay? It may have come to a head. So let's figure out whose business is this. And go ahead and get into the cards. Because I definitely see this person being envious of this person and how they live their lives. This person is a little bit more free. And with their freedom, they're just living. Okay, they're just living. They don't live with the Grand Rising. They don't live with the same type of energy. You know, they don't have the same regrets in life as this other person does. And so it's a very interesting energy. So let's see. The first person is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn coming in as the King of Pentacles. This is wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, prosperity, and generosity. The other person's energy is coming in as a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, which is interesting, right? Because we know, especially Aries, they kind of flamboyant with money, very flippant. This is interesting. But they're coming in upright as the Nine of Wands. This is courage. This is persistence. This is a test of faith, resilience, boundaries, last standing, gearing up for worse, pessimism, and weary. Okay. So that speaks a lot to what we found out already about fighting for what you love. This person is making a decision to try to come towards. They're about to fight. They're not worried. They're about to come forward. They're looking for some type of solution. They don't care. This person is adamant. This person is willing. This person is ready. This person's like, okay, enough is enough. Okay, let's kiss and make up and move on. Because life is too hard. Life is too difficult. Like, why would we continue to play these games and go through the same old, same old? That's kind of like the energy that I'm getting. All right. That's interesting. Deep, 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 deep. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all see my hands don't want to shuffle these things. I'm telling y'all, I'm sitting very uncomfortably in this chair. But I'll fix it. All right, so let's go. Page of Swords. So I feel as though immediately once this person reaches out to this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this is going to like stop everything. The reason why I'm saying that is because I feel as though this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn has pretty much insulated themselves from receiving communication. Like they've blocked, they have deleted, removed, obstructed, scrubbed. They've done all of those different things, right? Trying to avoid speaking to this particular person. And somehow, some way, this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius still continues to get through to this other person. And that kind of like stops everything for this person because they've been trying to avoid conversation, trying to avoid seeing you for all this time. So once this communication comes forward, it's almost like stunning, right? It's almost like, what in the world happened here? You understand? Like, how did you get through? What is it that you want? What is it that you can do? Like, what? They have so many thoughts and so many questions, okay? And so this person is really just kind of like, I did my best to avoid it. They're being confronted is what I'm saying. They're being confronted with the conversation that they've been trying to hold off on. This Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, in the meanwhile, is coming in as the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? This is them trying to, y'all, this person is not happy. Okay, this person is not happy. They're not meeting their goals. They're not meeting their dreams, their aspirations. This is them reaching out to let them know, listen, I haven't been happy. I'm not at peace. I haven't been enjoying this. This has not been a pleasurable experience for me. I need to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I want to make things right. It's time, like I said, let bygones be bygones. You know, this was cute, but let's get back to what we came to do. Let's get back to what we thought we were going to do when we came to be in this relationship. Okay, whatever their words are, right? But this is them coming forward and saying, listen, I'm not happy with the way that things are going. Okay, let's try to make things happen. Let's try to repair things and try to make things go in a better direction. This person may even come through with an apology right away and may even admit to you that they may have been working on their money and trying to get their money like that. That may have been an impediment or a limitation before in the past, but they definitely may be coming forward to tell you that information starting out. But with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, they're not happy. They feel as though things have not been the way that they wanted it to be. And it's like, listen, no matter what I try to do, things are just not working for me this way. So, you know, my life may not have been the best or as good as it could have been since I've been away from you. They may be giving you all that type of jargon language, okay? Now, Fleet says, oh my God, that's my ex. Exact feelings towards me, dead. Just telling you. All right. Now, with this Eight of Cups, the pros is for a long time, both of you felt like you couldn't move on from this situation. Thank you. I appreciate it. Both of you definitely felt like you couldn't move on. Like you guys were just stuck here. Okay. Even though this may have happened long before now, right? Okay, so y'all, I feel like I'm still asleep. Okay, so check it out. Y'all know how when you break up with somebody and the breakup is fresh, the breakup is, it's cute, you still standing on business, but then you know how like time goes by. Okay, Jose says a year ago. Y'all know how time goes by in between a breakup, and then it just feels like, it's like, oh my God, I can't move on. Like I'm still here. I feel like I'm stuck. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like it's cute. You feel empowered when you first break up, right? You're like, yeah, I'm going to have another you in 10 minutes. You know, I'm going to go out here and be for the streets. Whatever you tell yourself, right? The ego, psyching up of the ego, right? Oh yeah, I'm going to do this. Oh yeah, I'm going to do that, blah, 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 right? Well, now it's like, okay, it's been X months, X number of months, right? I'm still over here thinking about you. Embarrassing. Okay. So I definitely feel as though you guys have gotten to the point where it's like, you know what? Okay, this was cute. I'm not able to move on. And I truly believe in my heart of hearts that this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn has done everything they possibly can to block you out. I said that once already, but it's like, even though they try to mute you in real life, they can't mute you in their heart. And that's where a lot of the discontentment is coming from. That's why it's like when you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, reach out to this person, it becomes such of a thing where it's just like, and here we are, you know. So you're probably like,
yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Okay. So it's giving that no matter what, you guys are still holding on emotionally to a situation, and you're still like harnessing onto this person. Okay. Now the consequences here is that both of y'all keep on thinking about the past. You both are focusing on thinking about the past. This may not be something that you may be telling anybody about. This is something that you may be doing at nighttime. Nighttime before you go to bed. Like when you're out and about and you're seeing other couples, you know, you may be reminiscing. You may have been even praying and just asking God for clarity on the situation. But I definitely feel as though it's an instance where you guys are pulling on each other's energy. And you guys may have, I'm not going to say a spiritual connection because I want to be very, very, Rocky says they use magic to watch me. This is so deep. So some people don't have to use magic. Some people just have remote viewing capabilities, which is a real thing. But I definitely feel as though you guys have some type of, connection. Okay. Where when you think about this person thinks about you because they're able to empathically receive the thoughts, not necessarily thought for thought, but they like, you know, y'all, I'm trying to get back into it from vacation. I know I sound crazy as I don't know what, but listen, y'all know how it is, right? When you think about somebody and then they pop up, okay? Jose says mirror each other, okay? So thank you, Belinda. So this is definitely an instance where you guys, when you're thinking about them, you're sending a radio signal frequency over to them. They're thinking about you and vice versa, right? So you got to be careful and watch how you guys are entertaining each other and thinking about each other, because you're definitely piggybacking off of each other's vibrations, okay? So if you're thinking positive thoughts about that person, please send positive energy to them. If you really, and I'm saying this from a perspective of, because I feel like this person is definitely going to be coming forward and having a conversation with you. But if it's something that you don't want to do, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, if this is you and you receive this communication from this person, you can always just say, you know what, I send love and light your way. I bless you. I release you. You know, send positive thoughts and kindness their way. Especially if you don't want to hear from them, right? But you don't want to send negative energy to them, because then they're going to also radiate back towards you. All right. Now, oh, wow. That's deep, Rocky. Okay, so what this is trying to teach, it can be a telepathic messaging, but not everybody has the gift of telepathic messaging. And that's why I refrain to say spiritual connections, because spiritual connections are a whole different type of connection. You can send waves to people without it being necessarily a spiritual connection, right? It can also be something, it could be a soulmate, it could be a soul, it can be anybody, right? Because we're all on vibrationals, right? We're all a part of one, and we're all a part of a larger vibration. And so the point is that it could be somebody you don't give a hoot about, right? You could think about a person long and hard enough to where they materialize in your everyday life, right? So it may be somebody I ain't thought about in 20 years, and I just start thinking about this person. All of a sudden they pop up on your Facebook. Hey, big head, what you want with me? You know what I'm saying? What makes it weird is like, I just thought about you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't necessarily have to be the telepathic. Good morning, Samantha. Thank you. It doesn't necessarily have to be the telepathic messaging. That's more so if it were like a twin flame spiritual connection. Telepathic messages are a little bit different, because in that you can have a whole conversation with somebody in your head. Okay, you can have a whole conversation with somebody in your head, and you feel crazy as all get out because y'all are having legitimately conversations, you know? And that's a whole different sack of worms than what we're going to talk about right now. So here we are. What this is trying to teach you is that you got to make up your mind about what it is that you want to do and where you want to go with this Three of Wands. Okay. How do you see yourself evolving, and how do you see yourself growing? Y'all see this? She's on the beach. I started out this reading talking about the things that I was thinking about while I was on the beach, while I was vacationing, right? And remember, I told y'all in the beginning, I shared. Now I'm cold. Now I'm hot. I shared with you guys, as I was sitting there on the beach, I had moments of joy, moments of sadness. And so you definitely have to figure out what it is that you want to do and where it is that you want to go, and how do you want to evolve with this person. And I think that for many of you who may be going through this, instead of you dealing with, you just try to suppress. And this is why you are going to be confronted with this conversation with this person, because you've been trying to avoid this all this time, and you can't avoid the unavoidable. You can't. Either you deal with your problems, or your problems will come to deal with you. And in this instance, it feels as though you guys kind of wanted to avoid it. Thank you, Monica. I appreciate it. You guys tried to avoid it. You thought that it was best to act like it doesn't exist. And you tried to shrug it off like this person didn't matter.
I guess we'll never know.
Right? And unfortunately, that's not what this was supposed to be. Is this the person for you? Maybe. Right? Maybe. But I definitely feel as though, good morning, Cynthia. I definitely feel as though the conversation is worth having. Now, what you need to do to heal, you got to make up your mind. You got to make up your mind. You have got to make up your mind. Y'all got to be emphatic about the things that are coming your way. You got to be decisive. And both of y'all been kind of playing this game. Like, y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all don't know what's happening. You don't know how you feel, acting like it ain't nothing. Over here acting like me. I can't decide if I'm hot or if I'm cold. I'm going to tell you, I'm cold. It was hot where I was. I'm cold right now. Feet over here cold, everything. So I keep turning my space heater off, on, off, on, off, on, because it's over here burning me up. But you got to make up your mind about where you want to go, what you want to do. How do you want your life to live? How do you want your life to live? How do you want your life to look? That's going to be most important. Who do you want to be in your life? What do you want them to offer you? What do you want to offer the people in your life? Make up your mind.
Hello.
Because many a times you guys don't want to be honest with yourselves. Does that make sense? Y'all been trying to avoid the truth. And you have got to start being very clear about what it is that you want out of your life and out of your relationships, and how you want to proceed to be able to move forward. Because right now, you acting like you don't know. And when you act like you don't know, when you act like you're confused, you're choosing to be stuck in a situation that you keep trying to say, I want to move on from. You got to process the disappointment. You got to process the hurt. You have got to process the grief with this star card in reverse. Like I said, you guys have been trying to suppress this for quite some time. You've been hurt. You've been embarrassed. You've been feeling all those negative feelings and emotions. I'm good. No, it's totally okay. It's okay. It's okay. Justice at the bottom of the deck. That's part of the reason why I feel like, too, when this conversation is coming forward, and remember I told you it's going to be like one of those things that is going to like stop your whole day. It's going to be so groundbreaking, like, you know, because whatever this person is coming forward to you to give you conversation, it's going to free you. It's going to free you. And you're going to have the opportunity to weigh this person's heart against the feather. Are you just telling me whatever you want to tell me just because you just want to have a conversation with me, just because you want to get me back? Are you really legitimately being sincere? Are you really and genuinely being truthful? Are you really and genuinely looking to repair the situation? If not, it's no point in you coming back.
Period.
All right, now let's see. Let's clarify with these stiff cards. Okay. Clarify. Yeah. Y'all was very disappointed with this person. Y'all got the star card back to back. You were very disappointed with how things ended with this person. I feel like this person didn't even really break up with you the way that they were supposed to break up with you. I feel like they kind of like just faded to black. I feel as though I just got a sense of coldness. I feel as though this person just did their thing. Like there was no ending. That's why you tried to suppress this. This is why this is such a problem for you. This person did not end this relationship on a positive note. And when I say a positive note, because nobody ends a relationship on a positive note. But what I'm saying is, if there was a conversation and there was some type of breakage, like a clean break, there could have been a conversation, even if you were going to be salty, right? Because, I mean, let's just be honest. Who's not salty when somebody breaks up with you, right? You'd be like, okay.
Anything else?
You right? But I feel as though that wasn't offered to you at this point. And so what this is telling me is this person kind of just faded to black. Okay. This person kind of like just started to disconnect. There was no explanation. There was no conversation. This person kind of like left you confused and just started like pulling back their energy. And what I'm really feeling is though, which is shameful, what I really feel is though, the person who was pulling back their energy, the person who was getting their energy pulled back from, was so preoccupied with their own life that they weren't even like noticing that this person was backpedaling. Okay. And so this person was kind of like, yeah, I'm good on you. They was definitely like moonwalking back. Okay. And so this definitely left, yeah, Rocky says left out in the cold, but I now know why. Yeah. Yeah. So I definitely feel like this was a very disappointing energy for you. Okay. I definitely feel like this was a definite disappointment to how this person ended the situation. And I definitely feel as though it was disappointing to the person. This person is upset with how they even handled the situation. Okay. So it's not like y'all, this person is happy with how they ended things. This person equally knows that they did the wrong thing. So you got a doozy. I know that I didn't end this situation on a positive note. And I know that you know that I didn't end this situation on a positive. They did not handle this situation like a mature adult at all. Which is probably why we got the sick and tired card here. The cycles and being over it. Because I feel like they may have done very juvenile things before in the past too. Yeah. And I also feel like too, this is where when this conversation comes up with this Page of Swords, I feel like this is you being immature too and not wanting to respond. But you got a good reason to not respond. You got a good reason. You definitely have a good reason to not respond to this person. But I'm going to tell you, it was shocking. It's astonishing. You didn't see it coming. Okay. Now, here it is. You got the death and the rebirth. Death and rebirth. This person is not happy about how they handled themselves. Yes, I do, Scorpio. So what I'm telling you is this was a phase relationship. Y'all finished phase 1, but this relationship is definitely not over. This is why you guys could not move on. You couldn't walk away with this 8 of Cups. And this is also why you keep looking backwards. And it's interesting because during this time apart, even though there was so much disappointment here, okay, this is major arcana, y'all, which means these are major influential things that is going to determine and can change and alter the rest of the way that you spend your life. These are lifelong decisions. Now, keep in mind, this is tarot. Okay? You have free will. You can change the outcome at any given moment by switching it up. I'm just telling you what's possible here, right? But what I'm telling you is, with this death card being here, with this disappointment, y'all been over here romanticizing what it's going to feel like when you guys get back with this person. Okay? So even though you got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn over here acting like they're nonchalant as per usual, that's not really what they're thinking and what they're really feeling right now.
Welcome.
They want to get this old thing back. So they also want to try it again. They're over there thinking about it. They're thinking about how you made them even though they said they're sick and tired of the cycles. They are. But they also realize that they're not moving forward either. Which has got them questioning, like, am I where I should really be right now? Yes or no? With this Ten of Swords, it goes back to what I just said. They feel like they can't walk away. They're giving a whole lot of thought to this. And I feel like once this conversation is had, they're going to make the decision to try to remediate this. Because they came to the end of the cycle. This was the first phase. That thing came to the end of a first phase. And now that they're looking at this again, they're like, you know what? On second thought, maybe I should give it another opportunity. And in this instance, you're not wrong if you did. You're not wrong if you did. Give it a second chance. Because at this point, you won't know until you try it. Remember, right now, Jupiter, as I was told, is in Taurus right now. So reminder to you that this is about expansion, growth, pursuing passions, adventure, new opportunities, and fortune. So you get the opportunity to decide if this is what you really want to do or not. This is up to you to decide whether or not you really want to do this or not. You get the choice in all of this. And then the question is, are you going to be patient enough to see it through? So there's going to be a whole lot of reflection and assessment if you do decide to proceed to go forward. I feel like you feel as though you're going to be walking on eggshells, waiting for the other shoe to drop. But you're going to have to nurture this energy the way that you want it to grow and to evolve and to materialize. Okay? So it's really going to be up to you to decide what you want to do. But this person, this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is definitely looking to fight for what they love. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised with this penny pension if this person has been saving up money to buy a ring or to propose or to buy a house. I feel like that the money was an issue before. And now that's not an issue. But I do want to caution you guys, with this moon card at the bottom of the deck, there's a whole lot. And again, major arcana. Okay. So with this moon card, I definitely feel like there's a lot of hidden emotions and things that you don't know about. So even though this person is coming forward and is going to communicate with you and is going to share with you a whole lot, there's a lot of emotions and conscious like illusions that are happening that you don't know about. So this person's been giving a lot of thought to this for a long time. A long time. It could have been a lot that has happened in between time that this person was no longer with you. Y'all could have been dating other people. I mean, who's not, right? You broke up. I'm from the streets. Remember, that was the first thing I told y'all. I'm from the streets. I'm about to go outside. I'm about to have fun. I'm about to do my thing. I'll have another you in a minute. Why can't I shuffle my cards? All right, cards. Y'all are not on vacation. Wake up. I definitely feel like it was new and exciting. But I do feel like, now, one thing I will say is I definitely feel like there's a lot of resentment that needs to be talked about. For some of you, you may be going to couples counseling to try to overcome this. because you may be in a position where you don't feel as though you can immediately heal from it. Like, there's going to be a lot of conversations. And I feel like couples therapy is well worth the investment. So that way y'all can get to the bottom of it. Because there's a lot of conversations. There's a lot of thoughts that need to be shared. A lot of questions that need to be asked that warrant specific answers. And again, you got to be willing to listen. You got to be willing to listen with the seashell and understand it has a purpose. But I definitely feel like what's coming out of this is going to help you to move forward. I feel like once you guys start to proceed to move forward with this person again, I feel like you're going to be very stingy with your energy. I feel like you're going to be very observant, very precautious, very guarded in how you proceed to move forward with this person. I feel like you don't know for sure if you can trust this person in their energy. Okay. It's almost like an apprehensiveness. And rightfully so. Recall how this person walked out of your life. Why would you open up? Why would you get so excited? Why would you so ever, want to be in a situation where it's possible that this person can leave you again? I feel like this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is in the spirit of taking it very slow. And if you recall, and if you missed it, you can go back and watch the beginning of this reading on YouTube. But if you recall, one of the things that I said was nothing happens fast with Taurus energy. So I feel as though you're definitely taking the time. You're taking your time. You're not moving fast in a hurry. You're definitely taking your time. You're definitely evaluating. You're definitely pausing, not having a whole sense, a lot of urgency. Whereas this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they're like, okay, let's go, let's get to it, let's go right now. They feel like they hit the lottery. And the sad part is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is over here like, slow down, slow your horn. Slow down, okay? Now, this is that stagnant energy I was talking about with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So I'm definitely feeling as though this particular Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they're going to be controlling. This is not going to be a fast moving energy at all. Okay. And my Aries, Leo, Sagittarius over here, like, when is this going to be over? With that nine of swords, in reverse. Yeah. This is very, very interesting, y'all. Like, very, very interesting. But with this Six of Swords, I do feel like the decision eventually is going to come to, they're not just not trusting. They're not trusting. And I feel like with that Six of Swords, that's the desire to really move on from this. So you can take it. I can read this card two different ways. When I say move on from this, I can say move on in a sense of, okay, this is not working for me. Move on from this. Or I made the decision that I don't want to continue to be in this vulnerable space with you and not being able to trust. That's what I'm gathering. So it's really going to be, and look, the seven of Cups here. Having choices, multiple choices, thinking about what works best for you. What do you want to do? That's what this is about. So I definitely feel as though Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you have a lot of choices that you need to make for when this person comes back towards you. I definitely feel as though whenever this person does come back towards you, I do feel like this is going to catch you off guard. Okay. But I definitely feel like you're in a position where you have more control over the situation than what you do. I definitely feel like it's making you feel as though this is putting you back in a very vulnerable space all over again. And that's going to make you feel very uncomfortable. In which no relationship is ever a relationship without vulnerability. So you're going to have to be vulnerable to a certain degree. Now, with this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I feel like they're going to be willing to do whatever it takes to try to move forward with this. I definitely think that they learned their lesson, but I definitely also feel as though with this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy here, they realize that you cannot play games with people's feelings and their emotions. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius are used to being flirty. They do things, but they're not really, which is interesting. They're action-oriented people, but a lot of times when it comes to others, like they like to play with people's feelings and emotions just to get a reaction. And this time they know that whatever energy that they're on, whatever type of time that they're on, they're going to have to be intentional about it. You know, they're going to have to be very intentional about it. Danae says, I'm a Capricorn and he's a Sagittarius. So true. Yeah. So I definitely feel as though it's going to be a very volatile point, or I should say turbulent, a very turbulent situation, because I feel like my earth signs do not like being vulnerable. Vulnerability is a sign of weakness, I feel, for earth signs. And they're definitely in a predicament and in the place where they are having to be vulnerable. That's why I'm really encouraging right now that there's group therapy involved here, like a couples therapy. Because there's going to be some questions and some issues that are going to come up that you guys are going to have to combat together if you really want to make this relationship work. And the main thing that I'm talking about is about these finances. Because one of y'all are more loosey-goosey with money than the other one is. Okay? And that is what is going to cause some of this disruption. Okay, even if you guys did decide to go back. So you have the opportunity. I mean, this has purpose. Now, could you be with this person? Absolutely, you could. The decision is yours. You know, you have the right to decide if you want to be with this person. You have the right to decide if you don't want to be with this person. Like, you can own your feelings. Like, no one's in control of your feelings. You know, you have the right to decide what you want to do and how you want to do it and where you want to do it. But I definitely feel as though you guys are learning and unlearning and relearning that you have more control over your heart space than what you think or thought that you had. And that heart space is changing, if that makes sense. So on that note, I'm about to go get out of this business. I hope that it works well for you. If you have questions or you missed the beginning of this reading, go back and watch the playback on YouTube at MiMi the Lightseer. I have no idea what our numbers are like because I've been on vacation. Thank you for your patience as I stumbled through today's reading. My brain is still shut off. I'm over here like, ooh, maybe I did relax. And y'all know I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do none of that. So I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling a little froggy this morning. But really, it's because I just had the opportunity to relax and detach and eat some foods. I'm glad to be back home. I'll tell y'all that, because not everybody foods are delicious, you know. But I'm glad to be home. I'm glad to, oh, look, Belinda says, thank you for finally coming back. Yes, like I'm telling y'all, I had a good trip all up until about 5 o'clock last night, and my son lost his phone. And I just bought him that phone. So it's somewhere on the Delta Airlines. You know, I'm hoping that somebody find a phone and turn it back in. The phone is dead, so I can't even track it. So yeah, but hopefully, you know, because of where we were sitting on the plane, maybe somebody is a decent person that they'll find it and they'll turn it in. But it's a black phone. Everything's black, so I don't know if somebody will find it. Either that or my Uber driver got my phone and he said he didn't see it, which is possible because the back seat of his car was black. So I'm just hoping that we find the phone. So just please, let's pray up and find the phone, because I'm very mad. We had the phone in the book bag, and then going through their customs, they told us we had to take everything out, and that's why the phone was taken out. And I had the phone in my hand, in my purse, you know, the whole time. And he decided that he wanted to be responsible for his phone, and I think it fell out his pocket when he had knocked the bag over and he went to go pick it up, and I think if the phone fell out of his pocket. So just sending well wishes that we find the phone, please, because y'all, I don't want to have to replace this phone. I just replaced this phone because the last phone was lost. So if the phone is gone, it's just gone, y'all. That's just how I feel. I'm tired of giving folks money up for a phone, but then I gotta communicate, right? So anyway, y'all have a good day. I hope y'all have a beautiful day. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.